Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to the Pretty Rich Teacher podcast. I am so excited to chat with you all today. We are getting straight into it. We're talking about three reasons why you should DIY your career transition versus getting paid support versus paying for support. As you all know, if you are listening, I have launched my program, Teachers in Tech. I think by the time this episode is released, yes, enrollment is open. So you need to run, not walk, to the show notes to register for, not register, I'm sorry, the training's already there. So you should be either on my email list to get the information about their training that I had on May 8th of how to land an EdTech role in less than 90 days, lead a classroom by August. That replay is available in the emails to be on my email list. Um, and then as far as enrolling, you are enrolling now or booking a sales call. Enrollment does close May 22nd. But I want to talk about DIY. So if you're someone who has been on the fence of you should do that program or not, the best program. And if y'all have not also seen the last two episodes I've dropped with my teachers in tech, pretty paid and in tech. I had my sales girls, I had my customer success girlies, and it was never before done. So if you have not listened to those episodes, scroll back, go back, go back. They're really great episodes. Okay, so let's talk about it. Because I know right now, again, the way it presents of you thinking about DIYing your transition, because what I'm able to see, like whenever I release my podcast, I'm able to see which titles y'all click on. And a lot of y'all were interested about DIYing your transition, which tells me a lot about where your mindset is as a teacher who's wanting to transition and make more money. And again, I feel called. I feel like honored to be able to do this work because at the end of the day, all I do is serve, all I do is teach. And I love being able to give the teachers the wisdom, the knowledge, the insight that I wish I had when I first made my transition. So I know the first thought for any teacher, and yet I really want to end this narrative of teachers being broke. I want to end this narrative of people not having the money. And again, I'm not counting anybody's pockets. What I really want to do is a shift in thoughts. But I know the very first thought is I'm not paying for that because I think even in the episode mm, with the DIY, because that was someone I had met on TikTok, and then I interviewed her because she's a transition teacher. I interview transition teachers all the time. My goal is to do more of that this year. But I've also been rebranding my business, which y'all will be seeing this summer. Um, But, like, I remember even in that podcast episode, she's like, "Yeah, I didn't have $1,000 for a boot camp." And I was like, "Yeah, my program is $1,000." And I had no it wasn't like, I wasn't offended at her saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm not paying thousands." I'm like, "Yeah, I do charge thousands. I have paid thousands, and I've made thousands of thousands." Like, every time I've paid thousands of dollars for something, I've made even more thousands of dollars, except for these degrees. Except for these. Except for those. So anyway, when it comes to investing, your first thought is to not invest. Your first thought is, I'm going to find a cheaper way to do it. And I'm going to go over three reasons why you should DIY. Okay. That's what I was going to say. Another HD. I don't remember. Let's just go into the three reasons. But typically, I just know as a teacher, your first thought is, I can't afford it. And I just don't even want you to continue to allow yourself to. If you did not listen also to my episode 78. Yeah, 78. I talk about how to invest thousands in your career on a teacher salary. Go listen to that. And then I know I have another episode called Rich Teacher, Poor Teacher. If you scroll through that, my goal is to change the narrative of teachers making money. I don't want y'all calling yourself broke. I don't want y'all believing that you are stuck. Okay, I really don't want those. But again, I'm gonna go over the reasons why you should DIY your transition. You all do know that I DIY'd my transition up to a point. It took me a year to transition. I did not really get results until like month 11 or 12 when I actually opened my mouth up and asked for help. And I didn't just ask. So like a lot of y'all are just like messaging people like, oh, can you tell me what you did? And the thing is, it's not a gatekeeping thing. I tell y'all exactly what to do to get a job on this podcast. It's exactly what to do. And I don't mean this in a way of me that trying to be mean. I'm just trying to like let y'all know like I really do give y'all the game. Like my clients listen to my podcast. Um, even after they paid me, they listen to my podcast because I do be dropping gems on the podcast. Okay. So that's that. But for me, month 11, 12, when I actually asked for help and I didn't just mess with somebody, I went to somebody who I knew it was actually one of my best friends who was a recruiter. Uh, and the thing is, like, it's a couple things. So I didn't just go to my best friend and she helped me get a job. I went to my best friend who was a recruiter at the time, and I said, clearly there's something wrong with my resume because I'm not getting, can I see example of your resume? And with me, again, y'all have to understand, I do have a researcher mind. So I begin with the end in mind. So like for me, it was very easy. Like once I saw her resume and I saw mine, I quickly was able to make the difference. Okay. Now that's one thing. And then two, I was someone who had been getting jobs since I was 16. Like I've always known how to get another job. Like and I have the skill of leaving a job and getting another one, which I don't think a lot of y'all have. And I want y'all to grab that muscle. But I have the skill of being able to leave a job and get another one. A lot of us have only stayed in education forever. So like for me, like getting the interview was one part. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to sell these skills. I personally know that an interview does not equal job offer. An interview equals interview. So like when I got these interviews, y'all, I was ready to interview. I did not go on those calls saying I was a teacher. I was like, they looking for a sales consultant. Let me show them how I do sales. Even if I never, even if I never did what's in this job description 100%, let me tell you what I did and how I believe I'm 100% qualified. Okay, they believe me because I believe myself. So I just want to give that caveat of like, yes, I did DIY my transition into my first job, but I also hired a career coach to get into my second job to get over six figures. So let's go over three reasons you should DIY. You're like, girl, can you get to the point? I'm there. Okay. I just want to warm y'all up and get y'all ready for what I was about to say. All right. The only three times that a DIY makes sense. Okay. Number one, it's not urgent. It's not urgent. So, and I'm going to give y'all different examples, but like if you are looking to transition into a new job, if y'all are a part of the I need a job ASAP, today, tomorrow, next week, you should only DIY if it's not urgent. So if you are saying you need a job next week, I would not be DIYing. If it's not urgent and you don't need immediate results, if your timeline does not matter. Okay. Like for example, and I'm going to give y'all different examples. So like, I know what you're saying. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, girl, I'm DIY and I'm gonna do it fast. I'm just letting you know from me working with over 100 people, me doing it myself, DIY only makes sense if you feel like it's not urgent. So if you're someone who's like, oh, I'm not leaving for another 2 years, 3 years, like I would say 2 years. Like if you're trying to leave 2 years, then I would be DIYing. Okay. Like for example, the TV in my room. Okay, I have a TV in my room. First of all, I thought it was broken. Turns out I just needed remote batteries. But besides the point, I was about to ask Mitch. Y'all know Mitch is my dad. I was about to ask him for a new TV because I was like, listen, my TV don't work. It won't even turn on. And then I got new batteries. But either way, my TV is like a little old. It's like a Samsung TV where I have like the Roku on there versus like the TV I have downstairs in my living room is like I don't know numbers, it's like a 72 inches. It's a brand new TV. I usually watch TV downstairs. I don't usually watch TV in my room. But I also would like to watch TV in my room sometimes. But it's an old TV. Like it takes a little bit to warm up. I had to get the Roku on there. But I don't need a new TV. It's not urgent for me. Like I I feel like I DIY a little bit. Like I have that Roku. It's not urgent. I don't need a new TV. My time does not matter. Like I don't need to have a TV. Now, would I like to have an updated TV soon? Yeah. But like in 2 years, I don't need it right now. I really don't. So it's like, if you really have 2 years, it's not urgent. You can afford to take your time and figure it out. There are people who listen to my podcast, who watch my videos, who come to my live every week, and they have gotten themselves jobs. It takes them longer. Like it's taken them months. And I would say months, I would say one person was like Usually it's like about a year or like 8 months, but 6 to 8 months, but they are like diligent. When I say that they're on my live every week, they listen to all my podcasts, they're taking notes, they're implementing it. People are doing that, and people have been able to do it. Okay. And typically they are getting into sales positions because sales is a little bit easier to get, pardon me, into because it's the most in demand job. Then typically people who, even if it's not a sales job, they get themselves into another job. Typically what happens to them is they still either need help in like learning the job itself, um, or it's not a job that they really like. Because even people who I've interviewed about DIY transitions, they are also looking to get another job. Most people have not DIY themselves into a 100K job also. So like if you're, and again, I'm not saying that you can't ever, I'm not saying that they won't ever. It's just, it's not urgent. So if it's not urgent for you to leave the classroom, I would DIY. That's one reason I would DIY. Number two reason why you should DIY. It's not that important. It's not that important for you to transition. Okay. I have a lot of people who I've spoken to, like, oh, yeah, I don't actually hate my job. I'm not burnt out. Like, it's a low impact on your life, like, no real consequence if it's delayed. Like, it's not that important to you. So if you're someone like, yeah, I'll leave the classroom, but I don't like, you may love your job. I had a client who was just like, yeah, yeah, and some people get their feelings hurt when I talk about it, but it's like, it happens more often. Um, they love their teaching job. It's not that important. Like, they don't hate their job. They're getting paid, especially the teachers who get paid well. They're like, "Oh, I don't hate it." I talk about my one of my best friends all the time. She probably won't ever leave classroom. She probably won't. And I love her, and she loves me, and we know this. It's funny because like, I'll get around her, and she'll talk about, and the thing is, I won't even like, she doesn't complain to me that I don't try to get her out the classroom no more. Like, now, if she's saying that she wanna make some more money, I'm like, "Oh, how much money do you wanna make?" And my friend's like, "Stop it. Don't try to sell to her." Which I'm not. I'm just like, my goal is I want every person making $100,000. If you're not making $100,000, like 100K is the bare minimum. Okay, $100,000. But anyway, it's not that important to you. It's not that important. It's a low impact on your life. There's no real consequence. Okay. Again, not only do I have a outdated TV upstairs, Um, my room, if I could show y'all my room without y'all, I mean, I don't, the thing it is, it pays the cost to be the boss. With me being on the internet, I know people talk about me. I know they do. You know what I mean? I know. So like, I make sure I am not in a habit of explaining myself. And I'm saying all this also for you, like it is relevant. Like in my room, the only thing I have in my room, y'all, is my bed. I have a dresser and a nightstand. That's the only thing. And my room is huge. I have a huge room. Like when I used to rent out because I used to, my house that I live in, I used to rent it out. When I was married, I would rent this out. And I would rent out all the rooms, et cetera. And like the bigger room that I'm in, people had a couch in there. It's a huge room. That room is empty. Like my nephew, he's staying with me. And I was out of town when he came. I gave him the code to the door to get in. And he's like, I just couldn't tell which one was the guest room, which one was your room because it's both empty. My upstairs is not like my upstairs is not done. This is the most done room in my house. This is the most done room in my house. And the reason is it's not that important to me. So like if it's not that important for you to transition, like then DIY it. Because like for you, it's like, oh well, if I get the job, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Now I know a lot of y'all are like, no, it is urgent for me, and it is important, and I still want to DIY. I'm just saying that these are fightings. Don't fight me. But if it's not changing your life, it doesn't need immediate support. Like typically, it's kind of like you only go to the emergency room when it's an emergency, like when something is dire. And if you do go to the emergency room when it's not dire, they will revert you back to your primary care doctor. Okay, I have nurse friends who work in the ER. I've been with someone who went to the ER when it wasn't an ER situation, and they put them back to the primary. So, like, consider DIY talking to your primary physician. Like, it's not like a checkup once a year, your physical, your annual. Like, it's not that important to you. If it's not that important for you to transition out of the classroom, you should be DIYing it. It's not that important. Like, you don't need to invest money in it if it's not that important to you. People only invest things that are important to them. So, like, if you don't invest in the transition, it just means it's not important to you. And that's that. That's that. Number three, reason why you already have the number three, why you should DIY, you already have the result or you already know how to do those things. Meaning like you already know how to get interviews and job offers. Let me make sure the difference. You know how to get interviews for the job that you want and job offers. If you're getting interviews and you're not getting job offers, you don't know how to get a job offer. You don't know how to get a job offer. You don't know how to get a job offer if you don't have one. And I don't mean a teaching job offer. Teaching job offers are like, I feel like for the teacher girlies, all you gotta do is get an interview. And when you get an interview in a teaching position, you know you're getting a job. But if you have not been able to like land a job offer, and again, a job offer that makes sense, then I'm not talking to you. But like if you know how, like, because the thing is, if you knew how to do the thing that you want, you would already have the result. You would already have the result. Okay? Like you would already have it. You wouldn't be talking to me. You would already have the result. You would not be listening to this podcast. Like a lot of my clients who already have their job, they cherry pick which episodes to listen to because they're like, oh, I already have my job. I don't need to know about that. Okay. That's that. You already have the result. You already know what you need to do. Not even not what you know that you need to do. You already know how to do it. For example, if y'all know me and listen to me, y'all know that I have a coach for every mother effing thing. I had a career coach when I left out. I mean, I had coaches when I had mentors in education. I feel like a lot of the teacher girlies forget that y'all have a lot of mentors in the education space. And it's like whenever you want to go into a new career, like you want to like, and I'll be honest with y'all, in education, your mentors weren't paid money. They just mentor you for free. They mentor you because they are like that's what they went into this profession for, to be a mentor. People are not mentoring people for free. They don't. They don't mentor people for free. And y'all are expecting people to mentor you for free or like you don't want to get a mentor. And I'm just like, every single position I've ever had, even with me moving up the ladder of me being a teacher to being an instructional coach, me being an admin, I had a mentor. I sought them out. Like education, you don't got to pay for them. You don't got to pay for them. You got to pay in different ways. Like me, I sought out. My first year teaching y'all, I let my principal know. I was like, ma'am, I'm trying to be an admin, a school administrator. And she was my soror. I was like, soror, I'm trying to get out there. Like first year teaching, first year. Like so much of my first year teaching, I was doing my ed leadership. Like literally, like I started school so like my first year teaching was 2014. January, I was in my ed leadership master's degree program. Like that summer, was it that summer? That summer or the summer after, I was interning admin. Like I was interning. Like I had an internship. I feel like it was like the next summer, but like during my second year teaching or right after my second year teaching, I'm already shadowing school admin. And me, and I think I need to do a whole episode on networking, but I felt I learned how to network and I learned how to do all these skills early. So that's a lot of reason why I also like DIY for so long. Like I DIY'd to the point of me being able to find the job. Like it was no one told me go into EdTech sales. Like I had done my research because I am a researcher. I have the skill of research. So I researched and I found those roles and then I said, okay, how do I get into those roles? And then I knew what the end result I wanted. But a lot of us don't really know what we want, so you get anything and don't get what you want. I think for me, I just know exactly what I want, and I want you to know what you want. But like you would have the result. If you already have an EdTech job, I probably would not invest in a program to get an EdTech job if you already have one. So like if you already know how to get an EdTech job and you are getting job offers and you are going to final round interviews and they're turning you job offers, I would DIY. Okay. Now, if none of those apply to you, if this is urgent, if this is important, and you don't have the skills to get what you want, I don't recommend you DIY unless you want to struggle. And I don't mean it in a mean way of like, oh, you better pay me. No, you don't have to pay me. You don't gotta work with me. As I started being on TikTok, there are other teacher career coaches. Like there are so many people. You don't have to work with me. There are teacher career coaches who charge less. They do. They do. If you don't gotta work with me. However, I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all do get when you do work with me. So if you are not already on my email list or registered for the training, um, because I have the replay of the training that I did, how to land a tech job in 90 days, leave the classroom by August. But on my email list, if you just get on my email list, you will get all email. But more specifically, just go to the link in the show notes to learn how to enroll. Um, but and I go more in depth on that training of what exactly is included. But I kind of want to talk about what you're going to get versus paying for support. So if it is urgent to you, it is important, and you don't have the skills, I would pay for support. Number one, I want you to really envision you landing your job offer. How do you want to talk about your journey? How do you want to talk about your journey? Okay. Like when I talk about my journey into my career, I do talk about the part that I did DIY, and then I talk about how I asked for help. I am not ashamed of saying I asked for help. Okay. And I just remembered that my ADHD forgot my story that I was going to tell. I remember now. Okay. I have a coach for everything. I've always sought out mentors. I've always sought out mentors. Like that is my secret to my success. I always talk to somebody who had the result. I always do that as a hack. Steal it. I'm giving it to you for free. Go find a mentor. My business coach, I love Dio. I told her, I went to her the conference, Millionaires of Color. I'm like, girl, I'm stealing your whole team. Your creative director, your life coach, your email coach, your systems coach, your team coach, your how you train your assistant, how you train your I'm like, why would I DIY my business when she quite literally makes $1 million a year? Why would I not listen to her? Me personally, that's what I do. I don't know about you. I don't listen to nobody who did not make the money that I want to make the way that I want to make it. So if you have people telling you all like, oh, DIY, you owe me pay, ask them more questions. Ask them more questions. Okay. But I also want to talk about like what I am not currently paying for heavily. Like I'm not really investing heavily into a social media coach because I know how to do social media. Now, I am still in a membership. I do have a content coach, but like we don't meet routinely, weekly, monthly. And I think I actually had bought a package for 2 calls, and I only used one of the calls. Not because I don't value her mentorship. It's like I actually do know what I need to do. I just need to do it, and I am doing it. Y'all follow obviously Pretty Rich Teacher. I post content, but my other page, Jazmyne Dionne. Like I don't know if y'all know, like I want to be a content creator, and I am a content creator. I keep forgetting that I am, but like I want to create more content, not just about like I love what I do. I love helping my men make more money, but I also love to talk about whatever I want to talk about. I do love to talk about what I want to talk about. So my other page, like I know how to create content. I just need to sit there and do it. The skill that I need to work on is time management. So like, if anything, like a life coach, which I'm looking to hire, would be beneficial to me because I have all the information. I know how to do the things. I just don't have it. But I'm not investing heavily in a content one-on-one coach. Not saying that I won't. I feel like I want to be able to manage my time better first before I do that. But like, I'm waiting to figure out what skills do you actually need help with. But like when you are investing in support, you're going to be seen and supported. Every single coach that I've hired, I feel seen and I feel supported. So if you want to feel seen, meaning like, especially like teachers in tech, like it is built by teachers for teachers. Okay. My client success coach, Jazmyne, is a former teacher. And when I tell y'all, we went bust down through all the curriculum and all the problems and all the challenges that all of our clients have ever faced in this entire journey. And we have made a resource and a process for every single thing. Like nothing goes missed. Like it comes to the point where people work with me and they're like, yeah, no, you really do have everything. It's just me. It's just me. And guess what? We work with you on that too. We don't just say, oh, it's just you. We're like, okay, like, let's find out what exactly is it about you. Like, do you not have the confidence? Do you not believe in yourself? Are you uncomfortable being uncomfortable? Like we investigate because we're teachers. So if you want to feel seen and supported, I would be getting support and teachers in tech. Another thing, when you invest in teachers in tech and getting support and whatever you do, so if you don't want to go into tech and you want to work somewhere else, I still recommend investing unless those three things don't apply to you. Unless the three things apply to you. If it's not important, it's not urgent, and you know how to do the thing, you get help with making decisions. One of the things I see all the time when I go live on TikTok is, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like y'all live in indecision land. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And then go, I literally, I don't want to, actually, I'm gonna take it off. Hopefully it sticks back again. Anytime you don't make a decision, I'm making a decision to not make a decision. I want you to say that out loud to yourself. I put this there. It's literally on my computer screen because a lot of times whenever I feel um, overwhelmed or challenged, I have to remind myself, number one, that I'm capable and that I'm making a decision to not make a decision. And if that lands in my body where I'm like, yeah, I'm not making a decision right now. Like right now, I have not made a decision about my birthday slash divorce party. I'm having a divorce party in Vegas. And I have not decided where I'm going to stay yet. But I put it on my calendar. The day I'm recording this podcast is May 1st. May 11th, I really have my calendar. Book your hotel for Vegas because I don't know where. I have not made a decision yet. I'm making a decision to not make a decision. So in these programs, or in my program specifically, or whatever program you join, or whatever support you invest in, they should be helping you make a decision. In my program, and Teachers in Tech, we're going to help you make a decision. EdTech customer success or EdTech sales. Okay, are you leaving the middle of the year or at the end? Okay, if you leave in the middle of the year, this is what we're going to do with your health care. This is what you're doing with retirement. This is what you're going to do, how to manage your time. Like, we can help you make decisions. We help you make decisions. So if you want to get help in making decisions and even weighing it out, I'm not going to come to you and say, okay, do this. Unless you are someone who's like, yeah, I do. Like me being a teacher, because I consider my clients my students in the program. Like, because I am a great teacher, and I've worked with so many students, like I can tell when someone just needs a little tough love of, yeah, you're just going to do EdTech customer success. You're just going to do EdTech sales. Like some of them I do that. And some of them, they go back and forth, go back and forth. I'm like, okay, you want to go back and forth. And then I ask, how can I help you in making your decision? What do you need to know? Okay. I had one client where she was spinning out, and like the episodes that I dropped, the Teachers in Tech, the customer success panel and the sales panel, I actually, before they were even published, I sent those episodes to my client because I'm like, you need to just, I knew what she needed. She didn't need a video in my program right now, even though she had already paid. I'm like, you need some motivation. You need to be able to see that there are other people who are doing what you are afraid of. And she was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I didn't send it to everybody. I didn't say, okay, everyone needs to watch this. Everyone else waited until it came out. But I knew that that one client needed that. Okay. So in this program, we know what you need because I've worked with so many people, and I just knew where she was at in the spectrum of wanting to leave the classroom. Okay. So not only will you get help in making decisions. So if you pay for support, you get seen and supported, you get decision making, helping, and then you get to learn. You get to become a student. Okay. You're going to learn the process. So in Teachers in Tech, I walk you through the entire process from I don't know where to start to evaluating your job offer, to deciding if you're going to take it or not. Like, I help you decide if to take it or not. I'll give you my honest opinion. Okay? I'll give you my honest opinion. Okay. I've had people who have gotten job offers and turned them down on job offers, and gotten it, and whatever, however it is, like whatever questions you have about that, you get to have somebody like who's done it before. So not only am I a hiring manager, right? I've seen all my clients who got job offers. I've seen their job offer, and I help them make a decision. I help them negotiate their salary. It's another thing. Like, you're gonna learn the process of how to negotiate your salary, what to do. Like, I've had people who like get their jobs and then they're like, oh my gosh, I had a trip plan. I tell them how to navigate that. I help them navigate their first 90 days in their role and beyond. I have clients who are already in a new job working on their promotion. So for my program, not only do I help you get your job, but like I help you keep your job. We have layoff proof assistance. So I mean, for whatever reason, it has not happened with my clients. None of my clients have gotten laid off because the way that I get my clients jobs is I make them the baddest bees on the floor. I don't know if y'all watch Dancing Divas. I don't know the show I'm talking about. Dancing Divas. I don't know. But it was a dance coach basically, and she was like doing cuts and she like had a performance. I put the baddest bees on the floor only. I train you to be the baddest bees on the floor only. Meaning it don't matter about the other people. Like you are the baddest because you know what you're talking about. Like that's the secret. You actually know what you're talking about. You know the role. You know how to market yourself for the role. You know how to sell your skills. Like that's how my clients stay employed. They are getting company shout outs the first week because they are the baddest bees before. They are consulting with the CEOs, the founders, the VPs of customer success. Those are what my clients are doing, quite literally. Okay. So, like, you're going to get support. So, investing in support in my program, that's what you're going to get. And then you get community. You get community. Like, when I tell y'all, I'm so grateful for the community that I have built and that the community that stays, because you can put people in a room, but they don't have to be friends. They don't have to build community. I love that in Teachers in Tech, there is so much community. Okay. Like we even have a group chat. There are certain different group chats. You got to get invited to the group chat. You got to work your way. Like I have a group chat for my people who are in their new roles. Is I think the main one we have, but like there's community. Like they'll be asking questions and they'll be answering questions before I even answer. Like they have that support. If you watch the Teachers in Tech customer success, two of the clients on there have coworkers who are in my program. When I asked the girls to do a podcast, when I tell y'all, they're like, yes, 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 yes. I want to do it. 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 I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for this. I'm so grateful to have this community. And I'm just so grateful that I get to provide this community to all women who want to be able to make more money, for all women who want to believe that they're capable of making money, for women who all the things. So if you listen to my podcast with Teachers of Customer Success, I had a guidance counselor, a SPED teacher, a private school teacher. I'm trying to remember everybody else was on there. A music teacher, a PE teacher. I'm going to the sales one too. Elementary. Trying to remember everybody. Somebody who had transitioned out of the classroom into an instructional position. But that's another, I won't go down that caveat, but I know instructional design is another thing that people are interested in. And she wasn't getting paid money, and now she's making a big money job. Like there's so much, if you need proof, how much more proof do I need to give you? You know? Like, that's that. So, long story short, if you want to DIY, make sure you should DIY if it's not urgent, it's not important, you already know how to get a job because you already have one. You have proof of a job offer outside of teaching. And it's a job that you actually want. If you want to be seen and supported, help making decisions, learn the process, the skills, having community, then I recommend you invest in support. Every single program I've ever invested in, even because I tell y'all before, there's some programs where I invested in, I won't invest in again. But for any program I join, I always extract the ROI, which means return on investment. But I've felt seen and supported in all of them. I've made decisions in all of them. I've learned in all of them. And if y'all see me looking over there, it's because I'm looking at my board to stay on track. But yeah, that is it. So I hope this was helpful. If you are wanting to get support, and I'm telling y'all want to join Teachers in Tech now. Okay. I don't know when I'm opening up Teachers in Tech again. I will most likely be opening up one-on-one coaching again. The price is up only because I'm providing a little bit more support in my one-on-one. I have clients who are already in their jobs, who are working with me one-on-one, where we're helping to sustain six figures. I'm doing life, career, and even only for our one-on-one clients where they get access to some business coaching. So like that is going to be a different one. But I do recommend you all join Teachers in Tech. Because if not, you're going to have me at the higher price. And my goal with Teachers in Tech is to make it as affordable and as it's my goal to make it a no-brainer offer for you. A no-brainer offer. Okay. And I want you to join us. Doors close. Enrollment closes May 22nd. Okay. When you go down to the show notes and you look for enroll now or booking a call, you'll get all of the tuition information. But either way, if you're listening to this later on, stay tuned for when I open up enrollment or stay tuned for when one-on-one opens up again. I don't even know when I'm opening that up because I already like it's mid-launch by the time I listen to this, and I already know it's a lot of people. And I already have an estimate of like so long story short, if it's a whole bunch of people in there, I will probably because my goal is quality. So like everybody who I'm working with, y'all getting a job. And I'm gonna focus on that before I open it up again. My goal is not to have 100 million people in here and not be able to handle it. Like we're gonna have as many people in this launch. We're gonna help everybody in this launch get a job because if y'all trying to get a job by August, that's quite literally what Teachers of Tech will do. Okay, but if you're listening to this after the fact, stay tuned. But if you're listening to this live time, can't wait to see you in the program or DIYing it. All right, y'all. I hope this was helpful. I will see y'all in the next podcast episode. Bye.